Hello, my name is Michal Drzewiecki and I've been a historical reenactor for over 20 years now. Together with my friend, we've been running one of the most popular shows on YouTube connected to history in Poland. But in order to reach a wider audience, we decided to create the English version on its history. So in other words, welcome to the new series. Here we'll be discussing various topical issues connected to history regarding the dresses, the military aspect of life, the everyday life, all ranging from the ancient era to the modern day. So hope you enjoy it and stay tuned. You've probably always wondered why Friday the 13th is by many considered a bad luck day. Well, everybody says this, not many people know the reason. So today we'll try to explain this to you, but in order to do this, we'll have to take you back with us on a journey in time. The Order of the Templars was established after the First Crusade as protection for pilgrims visiting the Holy Land. By today's words, they were nothing more than medieval special forces, extremely effective in combat, feared by the opposing armies, fanatical to the last man, and revered and respected by the whole of medieval society in Europe. The most immediate result was that the Templars were praised for their valor, they were praised for their humility, and praised for their devotion to the Catholic Church. The popes, the kings quickly started giving the poor knights of Christ money, so the order grew very quickly. Each and every knight owned his sword, his chainmail, and maybe his everyday utensils, so they were poor indeed, but the organization itself quickly started gaining influence and started to grow. And now, it's mid-13th century, as the crusading era is at a decline, the Order of the Templars slowly but gradually moves to Europe, mainly to France, where they established their main headquarters. What's important, apart from being warrior monks known for their valor in combat, they're also bankers, and they're very effective bankers. In France and in the whole of European territory, they build a network of roads, keeps, castles, and banks where they keep and multiply their assets. For example, they are the creators of the check, something that revolutionized the medieval world of finance. One could deposit his money in one castle owned by the Templars in one part of Europe, travel all the way across the whole continent and withdraw the money someplace else by presenting the right document, something which was a complete revolution in the banking world in those times. What's more, while multiplying their money and their possessions, they quickly start operating independently of the king and independently of the Catholic Church, becoming sort of a state within a state. What's more, they are known to be one of the most secretive medieval societies ever, slowly but gradually rousing suspicion among the monarchs. It's the beginning of the 14th century. The King of France, Philip the Fair, rules with an iron hand. He sees this organization as something beyond his control, a direct threat to his power. What's more, he naturally needs money for the many wars he is waging, and the rich Order of the Templars appears to be the perfect solution to his troubles. He decides to act quickly. On Friday, the 13th of October, the year of our Lord 1307, the king's men arrest the Grand Master of the Order of the Templars, Jacques de Molay, and his closest cooperatives. The king accuses the order of heresy, of renouncing Christ and spitting on the cross during a clandestine initiation rite. He accuses them of sodomy, which are homosexual practices outlawed in the Middle Ages, and of Satanism, namely worshipping a demon called Baphomet. On that fateful day, the Templars are thrust into the dungeon, and the infamous trial of the Order of the Templars begins. Trial lasts for 7 long years, during which the knights are kept in dark, worm-filled and rat-infested cells and subject to the most barbarous medieval tortures. After this, not being able to withstand the atrocious conditions, the monks finally confess, although it must be remembered that these confessions were forced by torture. Later, they stand before the Papal Commission and simply revoke everything they had said before. Showing inhumanely mutilated bodies, they demand a fair trial with proper attorneys. What's important, many volunteers turn up willing to defend the good name of the order. However, the trial itself resembles a farce. It is conducted in the atmosphere of terror, blackmail, and bribery, which results in many of these attorneys resigning because they simply fear for their own lives. One thing worth mentioning, however, is that no matter how bad the accusations are, one thing the order is never accused of is fraud and dishonest financial operations. The year 1314 is the date when the trial officially comes to an end. All the accusations are sustained, and soon after, the Grand Master of the Order, Jacques de Molay, is dragged to the scaffold where he's burnt at the stake for heresy. What happens then remains a mystery to historians until this day. While dying in flames, Jacques de Molay calls upon King Philip and the Pope Clement V, demanding a trial in front of God. He says, "Not a year will pass before you both will join me in death." What's more, both of them die within a year. This is known as the Curse of Jacques de Molay. All the people witnessing these events knew that the accusations were false, that the trial was a farce, and that many innocent people were sentenced to die. So from then on, it became common knowledge that this fateful day, Friday the 13th, when the infamous trial began, must bring nothing but bad luck. So this is our story. We'd like to thank all our reenactor friends who recreate the Order of the Templars today for helping us create this episode. If you like what we do, if you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and we certainly hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.